The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man that doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
Luke 1:17, as it refers back to Malachi 4:6, there has to be an individuals in today's society who are not afraid to act in the power and spirit of Elijah, to turn the hearts of black men back to their children, back to their wives, injected back into black families, injected back into the black communities as financially solid, psychologically stable, emotionally connected, socially accepted, and spiritually grounded. The black man who presides over our White House, we should have 5 million black men presiding over the houses in which their children are being raised.
Social empowerment.
There's a lot of people who are, against rap music, but there are some messages in some of them, and one of the things that I hear in there is, it says, build me up, break me down, build me up again. Society will call you back just so we can kill you again.
Build me up, break me down, build me up again. They like, oh, we need you back so we can kill you again. See Martin, see Malcolm, see Biggie, see Pop, see success in its outcome. See Jesus, see Judas, see Caesar, see Brutus, see success is like suicide.
Society is rough, especially if you're trying to be successful or successful. The same things that the individuals love you for are the things that they hate you for.
If you want to do something you've never done, you got to be somebody you've never been.
Psychological empowerment.
Many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our mind.
I lost my mind. It's somewhere out there straight. Mind so sharp, I around and cut my head off.
What happens in the brainwashing process is that if you repeat something enough and you sell something enough, especially in a capitalistic society where money is the key, then the brainwashed, a good portion of them can be lopped off and become part of the brainwashing team. And when blacks are part of the brainwashing team, that becomes more compelling and more credible. It must be okay.
The black man's thought process.
Right.
Enlighten us on that, the black man's thought process.
And that's the introspective view that I talked about. There are, when we talk about the different things, growth and empowerment that I discussed in the forum, when you get down to it, they all come back to, psychological, philosophical mindsets as well as social. So you got an introspective view, which is your mindset, your perspective, and those things, even govern your spirituality. There's a lot that goes on in the brain. A lot of people may think the story is not that exciting, but when you go inside the brain, there's a lot to talk about and there's a lot to learn from. So I spent a lot of time trying to pick other brains apart, and so now I'm evaluating mine, and collectively with those thoughts that I get, I think there's a message that can be put out there that folks will be interested in.
Okay. Financial empowerment. Most black men feel that if they're not financially stable, they can't run their household.
Can I get it in the morning without giving you half of my dough? And even worse, if I was broke, would you want me? If I couldn't get you finer things like all of them diamond rings kill for, would you still roll?
So there are a lot of individuals who have all of the other qualities and characteristics, but do not have the financial power that they need or would like to be able to lead their families. But that does not degrade their ability as the head of the household. And that's what a lot of men need to understand. There are a lot of men who equate their self-worth to their financial worth. And that's one of the, and there's a lot of other individuals other than the men who, women, other peers in society who determine your worth based on your financial worth. And that's something we need to get away from, because there are a whole lot of other qualities that really define being the head of a household and being a man, period.
Women are declaring their independence day in, day out. And it's because they have been forced to have to declare their independence.
I depend on me. I depend on me. I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that means?
A woman has all of the potential in the world to teach a young man how to be a gentleman. You know, we're talking about honor, dignity, respect, right, self-worth, self-respect, respecting others. So there's a point in time where we were, you know, separate in society because we were slaves during slavery. We were separate in society because we were colored, and that was during the Jim Crow era. And then as they did away with Jim Crow laws, they started, you know, we were able to be separated, a lot of us, as felons.
Put me in jail, you're doing it for clout. I only got one question, what's that all about? Jail is something that I can do without. Case dismissed, and now you want to pout. You feel like trying it again, but you know it won't work. Illegal search.
Crack cocaine is distributed primarily in the black community. Pure cocaine is distributed primarily in the white community. Hollywood celebrities, whatnot. 5 grams of crack cocaine gets the same sentence as 100 grams of pure cocaine. Is that not odd?
I ain't passed the ball, but I know a little bit enough that you want to legally search my...
The black man who presides over our White House.
My president is black. My main back.
The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.